Welcome to the Skolcial Network. It is the Friday of week. We're in week 12, yes? I think so. I can count?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, take the record, add one for the bye. So, yes, week
Nice. Good
12.
math. Boy math.
I know, look at me. I am wearing the Vikings 2022 playoff shirt in honor of future J.J. McCarthy backup Daniel Jones getting
Yes.
released.
I would actually love him as a backup, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Nick Mullins would be more fun. Daniel Jones would be better.
I don't know. Daniel Jones might be more fun.
Nah, I don't think you're getting those
Just
Nick
for the rushing
Mullins.
ability.
Yeah, and I think that I can't believe we're having a serious discussion about this. I was mainly joking, but I think he controversial. It's not controversial because it's just true to your point. But I think talent level aside, just physical skill set, he's more of a Sam Darnold slash JJ McCarthy type build than Nick Mullins would be. So I don't know. Maybe he fits in, since we're already seeing the success in the offense, maybe as a backup failsafe, he's not the worst option. I don't know.
He just needs a little cock touch, a little KFC touch. That's all.
Button? Is that a button? Is that a click the button before upload? No. Technically it is, but I think technically it's not. Anyways,
What's a click the button?
Vikings head to the location of many a elite NFL game between the Vikings and Bears in Soldier Field. I think
Mm.
last year didn't Kirk Cousins start off like 20 of 20,
Yeah, it was 17 to something like that. It was
something like
kind
that.
of crazy. Was that last year or was that the year before?
No, that was last year. The year before Kirk didn't play. That was the last game of 2022. We'd already clinched the division, and seeding wasn't going to change.
I know,
And
but I thought that game might have been
Jefferson
another.
Jefferson froed his hair out and just stood on the sideline the whole game.
I
It was
know, but are
sick.
we sure that wasn't the home game of 2022? Because that was the
No,
week after London.
no, it was at Soldier Field. I'm 99% sure.
Hmm. Hmm.
Or am I crazy?
You might be crazy because I thought it was a home game for us that he did that. I could be wrong. Please
Oh
hold.
no. Consecutive
That's a weird Google
complete.
search. Weird Google search there.
All right. You are right. Holy crap. It was 2 years ago.
Wow. I know ball.
Wow. I don't know why I thought that was that Bears game last year at Soldier Field.
I don't either.
I I do not know ball.
I
I
don't
officially should be some.
remember. I think I don't remember. I don't think I remember a second of the game at Soldier Field last year. So
Yeah.
maybe I
All I know is that last year is the hardest year to remember because it's like 20 seasons in one.
yeah. I think the game that Kirk did that, like we went up 21-3 or something. We're like, oh my god, we're blowing the team out, and then they came back. We still
It
won.
was 2022. I'm remembering this now because my wife and I watched it at our sports bar, which we wouldn't have done last year with the baby, even though we did watch a couple games there with the baby.
Nice.
That was not one of them. We watched it at the sports bar, and we had to leave early, I think at halftime, to go have lunch with her parents. So I don't know why I thought that was last year. All right. Time is an enigma.
Besides the point.
But what are you looking for this week? I will actually, before I ask that, let me go ahead and break down the injury report for you because you haven't seen it.
Yep.
So, Josh Oliver out, Gabe and Nick Muse questionable. That is Gabe Murphy. That is it for the Vikings. The Bears, I don't know if I'm not familiar with their starting offensive line, so I'm not sure if these guys are
It's
important.
not
But
good.
Ryan Bates, is he a starter? Do you know?
Yes.
He is out.
Nice.
Elijah Hicks is out.
Nice.
DeAndre Swift is questionable.
Hmm.
One of their other, how do you pronounce this man's name? Kieran Amakaji? I don't know.
Kieran.
Yeah, you all know Kieran. or Kyron. Offensive lineman, questionable. So they might be missing 2 starting offensive linemen if that guy's a starter. Again, I don't know jack shit about the Bears offensive line. Keenan Allen, questionable. Was not on the injury report at all this week until today and is listed as
Nice.
questionable.
Keenan Allen.
So I would say when you have 2 of your 3 offensive starters questionable, probably one, or not 2 of 3, but 2 of them are questionable. One of them is probably unlikely to play.
Most likely. And their offensive line is like really bad to begin with. Like if the Bears had a good offensive line, they would be a good team. But their line is just so bad that I'm actually kind of sad a couple of them might not play.
Well, I guess that brings up the question. Do you think Caleb Williams is going to be able to handle this defense? And by that, I mean, obviously, part of the defense that we've just grown to accept is that there's going to be throws open in the middle of the field, right? You're going to stop them, hopefully, unless you have a Will Levis situation from going 100 yards on you. But if they can get the ball out, they're likely to gain anywhere from 8 to 20 yards on you. Do you think Caleb Williams has the arm talent to take advantage of that, or?
I mean, yeah. It, I can see it kind of being Levis-like, because I think Caleb Williams, it's fair to say he's at least as good as Will Levis even right now. But no, we should probably, in theory, by all metrics and eye test of what we've seen from both Caleb Williams and the Vikings defense this year, we should kill him, not literally, but he will be hounded. We're not going to kill Caleb Williams. I just want to make that clear. If Caleb Williams for some reason dies in the next 48 hours,
let's
wasn't
just move past it.
So Caleb Williams is the most sacked quarterback in the NFL this year. He has been pressured 150 times, which is the 3rd most in the NFL. He only has 2.8 seconds per pass attempt time to throw, which is only 15th in the NFL. His completion percentage is 61.8%, which is second to last or 31st in the NFL among all quarterbacks that have played. So, with that being said, when you tie that in with the fact that the Vikings blitz the opposing passer at the 2nd highest rate in the NFL, that would tell you that we should probably get to him a lot, and get to him often. But on the flip side of that, in passes of under 2.5 seconds, where like the time to throw for Caleb, he has 4 touchdowns, no picks, and the EPA of plus 11.6, which is 18th in the NFL. So,
Still not great. It's an improvement, but it's not good.
yes, but the Vikings defense is also kind of elite when only like getting to the passer in less than 2.5 seconds. They have 8 interceptions against quarterbacks when they have less than 2.5 seconds to throw, and an EPA allowed of minus 18.1. Both of those are the best in the NFL.
Freaking
Stats,
number nerd.
football.
Numbers nerd over here.
It's
Advanced
almost like I
metrics
wrote an
guy.
article about this that came out a couple days ago on Purple PTSD.
What about his mobility? Because obviously it's not just like against the blitz. It's Brian Flores sends very different blitzes, disguises where guys will line up and then drop into coverage. Obviously, with a mobile quarterback, I don't think we've really truly seen Flores run a traditional spy type situation. Somebody's either always blitzing or dropping back into coverage. Do you see him being able to take advantage of the way Flo brings pressure and creating yards on the ground, or do you think we'll get to him by the time he has the chance?
Not really, because like he's very mobile, I guess, when you're talking about compared to a statue, quote unquote, quarterback. But we're not playing Kyler Murray. We're not playing Lamar Jackson. Caleb Williams is the type of mobile to where he can move a pocket really well, and he does have the speed to kind of escape. But I just don't know if the NFL awareness is there yet because I mean, there's going to be pressure almost immediately. Should be just about every single play. So if he's going to run out, he's probably not going to have a lot of room to do it because Jonathan Grenard's been playing out of his mind. Andrew Van Ginkel's been playing out of his mind. Our interior D line is definitely a weakness, but their interior O line might be an even bigger weakness in terms of depth and just production and play. So Caleb Williams should be getting attacked from all sides. And I don't think that will bode well. And I could be completely wrong, and he could come out and sling it, and I would not be shocked if he goes 24-32 for 321 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Well, with that in mind, let's look at the other side of the ball. Overall defensive rankings, yards per game. The Vikings are ranked 10th, which is an improvement. I think we kind of screwed up a little there for a minute. The Bears are ranked 14th. The Vikings have actually allowed 2 more touchdowns than the Bears. The Bears, when it comes to passing defense, are currently 197 yards per game, which is good for a top 10 spot, number 9, and only have allowed 7 passing touchdowns on the season. While
Yes.
the Vikings, on the other hand, are 28th. When it comes to rushing defense, Vikings are number 1 in the league by about a 3-yard margin, have allowed the fewest rushing touchdowns in the league. Oh no, the Chargers have allowed the fewest. Okay, that's interesting. And then the Bears, I believe, with rushing defense are 23rd and have allowed 11 rushing touchdowns. With Aaron Jones not having a touchdown in about a month, do you think this ends up being a game where it's really on him and Cam Akers to shine? Do you think Sam Darnold can be effective against the Bears passing defense?
I think it's a spot where if the running game is going to bounce back, they probably should this week. Because to your point about their run defense being 23rd in the NFL, they're allowing 130.3 yards per game. They're allowing 4.8 yards per carry, which is like 6th last in the NFL. They're just not a good run defense. On the inverse, Minnesota technically has the best run defense in the NFL right now. But yeah, I mean, there's matchup wise, Minnesota matches up really well. It's just you got to get the run game going. And if they
And
continue
establish
to
play
have,
action. I've seen that they're very
yeah,
bad against play action
they
specifically.
are, and they run a lot of single high safety, the 5th highest amount of single high safety in the NFL, by the way, and are good at doing it because they have the success rate of 59.3% on plays where they run that, which is the 4th highest in the NFL. Justin Jefferson, 599 of his receiving yards have been against single high safety coverage and averages 4.2 yards per route run. If you don't know what yards per route run is, 4.2
Target, no
yards per route
target,
run,
catch, no catch, right?
ridiculous. What?
Yeah. That's just any snap he's on the field, right? That's not even
Yeah,
a
yeah,
target.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Just it's a weird. It's kind of hard to explain. It's like division, dividing all the routes he's running and plays he's on the field. But yeah, so the Bears are good at running single high, but Justin Jefferson is good at killing single high. And I was saying 4.2 yards per route run in any context is like really, really good. But
Do you think
yeah,
they adjust based off what they've seen work for other teams, or do you think them adjusting would be like such a significant change for their normal defensive scheme that it'll maybe cause confusion?
I mean, you can only do so much to stop Justin Jefferson, and I guess the Jaguars kind of did, but the Jaguars game was also just a weird kind of a weird game. Jefferson, I don't want to say he got stopped last week. He only got 80. He got for him, he only got 81 yards. For anybody else, that's like, oh hey, great game. But no, I mean the Bears' defenses began to become kind of overrated, kind of in the same vein that the Giants' defense started to become overrated. Like starting 2 years ago, a year ago, and it's just kind of been bad. But they have like a really good defensive line. But I'm not. I, it's funny because if this weren't a divisional game, I wouldn't be worried about this game at all. I'd kind of view it like the Titans game. But since it's a divisional game, I am still kind of worried about it. But just matchup wise, the Vikings are like they win all the matchups.
Yeah, I could see where you're going. The weird thing about the Bears is they've given up so many rushing touchdowns, but they have the number one red zone defense. So what that tells me is they're giving up long runs.
Yeah.
Right? That's a fair assumption. Is my brain not
Can be.
working?
I mean, yeah, it can be.
I mean, and then third down defense, the Bears are fourth best, the Vikings are, I mean, eighth best. So, like, defensively, neither team is dramatically that far apart, but it's more about the scheme, and it sounds like the Vikings scheme is going to give them the advantage. One thing, this is an interesting chart if you want to talk numbers, is this is the percent of NFL QB's passes that have been on target. So passes considered catchable and hit the receiver in stride. So I'll go through the top 10. Who do you think has the 10th highest percentage of on target passes in the NFL this season? I'm going to guarantee you, unless you've seen this chart, you're going to be wrong.
10th highest. I'm gonna go Geno Smith.
Even more wrong than that, Daniel Jones.
I swear to God, Daniel Jones came in my head. I swear to God, it did.
79.4. Kyler Murray, number 9. This is where it gets spicy. Justin Herbert, number 8. Kirk Cousins, number 7. Jaden Daniels, number 6. Sam Darnold with 80.4% of his passes being on target at 5. This one really drives me crazy. Jared Goff at 4 with 80.5. So just a tenth of a percent better than Darnold. Drake May at number 3. Geno Smith at number 2 with 81.2. And then Tua Tagovailoa at 86.2%, 5% higher than the next best quarterback. But then again, he also missed a significant amount of time. So worse in the league, Anthony Richardson with 59.
Yeah.
This was before last night. Jameis Winston, I'd have to look at his completion percentage for last night and things like that, but 67.1. Caleb Williams, number 34, 69.1%.
Meaning he's not even to this point NFL starting quarterback caliber when it comes to on target percentage.
Correct. Jordan Love is 31 and Will Levis is 30.
For those that don't know what on target percentage means, it's basically just the nerds. Is this PFF or NFL Pro? What is this?
Brooksgate. It looks like they got it from Data via Football Reference.
So basically it's just it probably is Pro Football Reference. Basically these nerds watched every snap of the quarterback, or they watch like every week every snap of every quarterback, and it's literally just accuracy. It takes away incompletions, like if a receiver gets hit right in the numbers perfectly or right in the hands and he drops it, like it doesn't affect the quarterback's on target percentage. It's literally just like how accurate is the quarterback, and it takes the completion percentage out of the window.
Yep. So, what that tells me is Sam Darnold's a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah, in terms of just darting, yeah. It tells you Daniel Jones is top 10 too.
Keenan Allen did tell a Bears reporter his ankle is stiff, but he expects to play this Sunday.
Keenan Allen, not excited to play him again.
Yes,
just
but remember he had last year. Yeah. Justin Herbert is a much different quarterback, and the defense is much different. I know it was still Flores, but remember that was basically all against a Caleb Evans.
Yeah, God, Caleb Evans sucks.
I did ask this morning and got a few responses, and then we'll give our responses and we'll wrap up a reasonably timed show for once. For fan predictions from the Twitter sphere, Cole, one of the leaders of the Darnold defenders, said Vikings win 20-7. Darnold has 245 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. After the game, Sam Darnold finds Jalen Johnson and chokes him out. Not sure if you saw what Jalen Johnson said.
No.
They asked, what do you think is letting Sam Darnold have success this year? And he's basically, I'm not going to get the quote exactly right, but it was to the effect of he hasn't had much success. He turns the ball over all the time. So I remember last time somebody said something like that blatantly about one of our quarterbacks in their first year with the Vikings, and Kirk Cousins forced the Eagles to cut a guy. I've forgotten who it was who said that.
It was Zach Brown when he was on the Eagles. It was
It was
2019.
his second year. It was 2019.
Yep.
You're right. I thought we had him in
Because
2018
we played the Eagles in 2018 in Philly.
In Philly,
the
you're
Linval
right.
game where he returned the touchdown. 2019, we like torched them. I think that was the week.
And yeah, Stephon Diggs had 3 touchdowns.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, Diggs went off. Karsten Meyer, Nick Mullins over 250 if Darnold is out. I don't think Darnold is out.
I know that was a possibility.
He was on the injury report earlier this week.
His hand
he was a full
still?
participant. It was something else.
Oh.
I think it was his ankle this time. Coda, our friend Coda, friend of the show and Vikes Now homie, 5 sacks for the defense. I could see that happening.
Oh yeah.
Drew B. Doodle. Vikings by a billion. A billion with a B.
Literally.
Not a million. Splash Catchem, again, one of the best names on Twitter. 20-10 Vikings, going to be ugly, but the defense will close it out.
Mm-hmm.
Cy, at Cy Blair _ Bears don't score a touchdown. Could see that happening possibly.
I definitely could see it happen.
Jettas, a.k.a. at Lake Show _N6, 27-13. Not a lot of how we got there, just 27-13. Purple Rain Vikings, Dallas Turner has a breakout game with 2 sacks and a forced fumble. I could see that happening if it wasn't because given the matchup and given I think Dallas Turner is good and people are freaking out for no reason. But I just think after Pat Jones did what he did last week, he's going to have to struggle very early on for Dallas Turner to get into the rotation a ton. And again, that is not a bad thing or a reflection on Dallas Turner. Having a bunch of talented veterans above a rookie is not a bad thing. I can't believe I have to explain that. I mean, Pat Jones, if he plays up to what he did last week, then yes, he's playing as a talented player. He started off the season hot. We'll see, hopefully. Hey, somebody has to replace DJ Wanham because DJ Wanham was the bear killer. DJ Wanham would always have these insane moments against the Bears. Who's going to step up?
The Panthers, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Panthers, too.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he go to the Panthers?
He did.
Yeah, it makes sense. They've seen a lot of tape of him. Clip and Skull Nation, 2010 Vikings. 2010 Vikings win type game. I think Aaron Jones runs one in this week, and I think TJ gets his first TD of the season.
That would be nice to see. I forgot TJ was on the Vikings last week, to be honest with you.
I can't believe I'm doing this right now.
Uh-oh.
I have to text my wife back.
Tell her we love her. Everybody here. Everybody watching.
She's doing a Costco run.
Ooh. You have a Costco membership? Like, I know you got a kid, but like, I feel like Costco, like the minimum number of people in your house has to be 4. That should be a law.
So, do you know how diapers work?
Obviously not.
Well, no, you look.
But
like
I think I get it now, and I understand.
Yeah, diapers, wipe, because we also have to send them to daycare too. So like we go through diapers twice as fast because they. Anyways, not going to bore anyone with that.
Yeah.
Plus, it's just easier to buy food in bulk for him. So just give him a giant bucket of Cheerios and just throw him in the bathtub with it.
Yeah.
Leave him alone for like 18 hours. It'll be fine.
I can't tell you how to parent.
For legal reasons, that is a joke.
Not a joke.
Clarity.
Not a joke.
Yeah, guess we'll see. Carlene Ousted. Or Oustad. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, Carlene. Not going to lie. We struggle with the Bears, so it'll be a close game. 27-23. Nick Iverson. People are saying this could be Caleb's coming out party, but with Flores' defense, where does that idea even stem from? He can't handle pressure and really relies on his receivers to make spectacular catches often. I mean, I think I haven't seen... I've seen like a couple Bears fans be like, I actually really like this matchup. If Caleb steps up in the pocket, he can either find an open man midfield or decide to scramble. And I'm like, well, that's how it is with any quarterback facing pressure. But yeah, in theory, that could happen. But so far to this point, he's proven incapable of making those decisions. But then again, it is a Minnesota Vikings game.
It could definitely click out of
We've seen it. painfully. And then Brian Gink pick 6.
Fair.
It's been a minute. It's been too long.
Yeah. Dude, you know, I don't know. I mean, we just got so used to Andrew Van Ginkel making plays in the early year. And he's still making plays. He's still like really, really good, but I want to see him score again.
Yeah, he is to me. I think it's hard because from a league perspective, you do always promote your stars and try to give your, and when I say stars, I'm not saying Van Ginkel isn't capable of that, but I'm saying the people who sell. And right now, Myles Garrett and Watt and guys like that, they're the defensive faces of the league. I think Van Ginkel should be in the DPOY conversation, but I also understand the NFL being a entertainment business and why they haven't really allowed him to crack that just yet outside of like the fan base and people who are heavy into keeping track of league-wide performances. But he's having a hell of a year, man.
Really
All
good
that to say, like he should be in consideration. I think the odds are stacked against him given the market and things like that.
He will
but
not win it. He won't even come top 5.
I agree, unfortunately, but I do think I think any reasonable, unbiased observer should be giving him consideration.
Yeah, like they could mention his name at the end.
Oh boy, our friends Phil, Dex, and Judd just dropped another mock draft, but they did Thanksgiving foods.
I don't even.
Judd's number 2 pick is cranberries.
Oh, it's worse than the oyster crisp.
Oh my God, Declan's number 3 is coleslaw.
Coleslaw at Thanksgiving?
Their number 1 picks go Declan stuffing, Phil gravy, just gravy, only gravy. Judd mashed potatoes, no gravy. Number 2 for Dex is pumpkin pie, Phil mac and cheese, which should be a number 1 category pick.
Yeah.
Judd cranberries. Then it goes coleslaw for Dex. Turkey is Phil's 3rd pick. I hate turkey. I would not even put it on my list. Yeah. And then pecan pie for Judd.
This might be the worst stretch. Like this.
We need to get Phil back on. We need to get Phil back on.
Vikings 2022 draft times a billion. That was the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. Cranberry sauce 1st round. Coleslaw.
No. No. Not cranberry sauce and not 1st round. 2nd round, just cranberries. Not sauce, cranberries.
Coleslaw. Who? I've never heard.
We need to get. I don't know who's more egregious. I think it might be Judd, but every one of them in each round had an unforgivable. Like I get gravy goes on everything, which I think was probably Phil's. Like it's a utility guy. It's the Josh Metellus, and I guarantee if I listen, he'll say something like that. But gravy is not an individual food. No. 2nd round, Judd with cranberries. 3rd round, Declan with coleslaw.
Is coleslaw a Thanksgiving food? I've never, ever heard that in mention with.
I'm commenting. With all respect, each of you.
Invite them.
Just right now?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is like way worse than the tuna crisp. This is insane. Like my day legit just got ruined. I don't work till Tuesday. It's Friday. How?
Well, there's no way we can keep this podcast back on track with how offensive that is.
Where's Ham?
But we'll try.
Where's Ham? Where's Ham?
This is insulting.
Should we do a quick Thanksgiving food draft?
I hate Thanksgiving. It is my least favorite holiday, and I think 90% of the food is dramatically overrated. Turkey is an inferior peasant meat, and I would go with ham.
You could have just said no. That-
Okay, let's do it. Let's do
Okay.
ours.
All right.
Let's.
I agree with you on the turkey, by the way. I agree.
This Thanksgiving draft is in no way associated with Score North or Purple Daily and
Yeah.
is not officially endorsed by any outside party
It was
and
our
is
idea.
simply an inspiration
Yeah.
to show respect for people we like engaging with.
Thoughts and prayers. Three rounds. Who goes
Yeah,
first?
you go. I'll even let you go first.
Oh man, I'm gonna go ahead and do mac and cheese.
Oh, damn it!
You
knew that was my number one pick.
You knew I was gonna do that.
You knew it was my number one pick.
I gave you the choice.
You just made a draft pick to spite another team rather than draft for a position of need.
No.
Okay, number 2, apple pie with French vanilla ice cream on top.
You can have it. Ham.
Green beans, not green bean casserole because I'm allergic to mushrooms.
Oh.
And a lot of green bean casserole has cream of mushroom in it.
Yeah. Oh, man, people aren't gonna that watch this aren't gonna know what Ucrop's White House rolls are, so I can't take that. Ham, mac and cheese. I feel like I need a dessert, but I'm not gonna because I honestly believe it or not. Believe it
Ready
or not,
whip. Just ready whip.
Believe it or not, I can go without dessert. I love green bean casserole, but for the optics, I'm just gonna go mashed potatoes.
Wow, very unoriginal.
Yeah. Optics matter. I can't belittle another group of people's draft and then not have a good draft.
I'm looking at the replies here. All right, number 3 pick for me.
Yeah.
This is a sleeper. And this, because if you using ham allows me to use this, because not everybody does ham.
Right.
But some people either do ham or they do prime rib, and I do prime rib.
Really? I didn't know that.
Depending on where you're at. But yeah, I mess with prime rib.
I guess Thanksgiving really.
I mean, that's better than coleslaw.
Yeah, I didn't know that was. Is coleslaw prominent in the Midwest?
How am I supposed to know?
I mean,
you're closer to it than I am.
That is true. I just I think of the Midwest as kind of very white, so coleslaw makes sense. But down here, I don't live in the South. I live in Northern Virginia, but I would feel like coleslaw would be more inclined to be a thing down here, with we have barbecue and stuff.
I don't even consider you living in the South. I consider you living on the East Coast.
Yeah, I mean, I do too, but I guess I'm closer to it, and I'd be more because Southern Virginia, that's kind of like the South, the capital Confederacy and all that.
We have gotten wildly off topic.
Right.
Shout out Phil, Judd, and Declan. Thank you for intentionally doing drafts that you post in order to rage bait people. But at least you, I am confident that if we talked to any of the 3, they would, because we thought there was no way Phil could defend his last draft, and he did very well. It made sense. Well. So I'm confident they have their reasons. Our predictions for Sunday, starting with you. What's the score? What's the outcome? What's going on?
24-16 Vikings improve to 9-2, going to play the
Arizona.
The Cardinals. We'll find out very soon.
Which will not be a Monday night. It
that's right.
It's 2 weeks.
Past
2 weeks.
Time, yeah.
Did not happen. Wow. Oh, now who doesn't know ball? I will be going 28-17 Vikings. I think we just pressure Caleb Williams all day, and I think there's a few big passes he gets just against the pressure, kind of like what we saw with Levis, but I think it ultimately means nothing, and we have 4 to 5 sacks on the day.
I would love 4 to 5 sacks.
What's the weather? That is actually something we need to start looking into.
I know it's really bad here right now. Very dreary, very rainy. That snow from Pittsburgh didn't hit us, though. That sucks.
Sunday? Oh, it's fine. It'll be 50 degrees on... Wait, what? It'll be 50 degrees on Sunday.
Yeah, I got 50 and cloudy.
Oh, that's fine. We had snow.
Like,
I literally forgot we're at that time of year.
It will feel like 46.
Yeah, so this will be the first game of the year where getting hit in the leg or shoulder maybe stings a little more. But other than that, I don't see anything like last night that's going to cause dramatic issues.
Stay healthy, TJ.
Well, with that, we will talk to you guys after the game. Vikings getting a 9-2 seems to be the plan. Seems to be, I don't want to say an assumption because it never is with this team, but
I'm assuming it. That's official. I'm reporting.
Okay.
I'm assuming. It's my fault.
Take that word back. The word that starts with an R. Yes, because you know what happened last time you reported something.
No. I reported that the Vikings have gone undefeated in the AFC South after the Colts game. That's the last time I reported something.
You did not say I report this. The last time you said I'm reporting the trade to 3 is done, by the way.
I didn't say I was reporting. I just said
Well, anyways, I'm counting it anyways because that's literally how a report is structured.
Yeah, well, I didn't. That's not my fault. I didn't.
We'll see you guys after the game.
I tried my best. Really,